Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Oh, g'day again YouTube. Alright, now I'm currently setting up a time-lapse recording here. It's going to take a while, but basically I've got the 12 volt fridge plugged in. It's got a bit of mass in there to simulate food. You can see it there, a bit of water. In the freezer there's a little bit of water with ice in it now. It was just water. Alright, so since it's been on, we started the test at 12:30, and what I'm going to do now is just turn this camera on here. It's on time lapse. There we go. It's going to take a shot every 2 minutes. Alright, and we'll just see where the battery amps are. You can see them there. Since we started the test at 12:30, we've used 11.70 amp hours. You can see the clock there. It's 2 o'clock, so it's been on for an hour and a half. This fridge was warm when we started it because I wanted a true test. It's a large fridge, it's 80 litres. It's a very old fridge. It uses just over 8 amps, nearly 9 amps to run it, which is like, if I was to compare it to the new Ingles now, that would be 3.5 Ingle fridges. Things have changed, haven't they? Okay, so let's let it run. This one has got a run time of 17 hours. So when it gets close to that, I'll change the SD card out of the bottom and continue it until this battery reaches close to 150 amp hours, or it's dead, or I get bored and get sick of this fridge making that terrible rattle. But we'll see, okay? Alright, there it is, all set up. It's not going to get bumped there. We'll leave the lounge room light on, and plus the the lounge room light should give it enough light to keep going. But you can see the camera, you can see the meter clearly, and I can only time lapse in 1080p. I'm sorry about that, but this camera won't let me time lapse in 4K. All right, let's see what happens. The test is finished. I've got the battery back on charge. So my wife started to clean the fridge out. It's over there. Okay, so the results of the test was, I don't know, 148 amps. And that's not bad. That's what I would expect because I wasn't using a calibrated constant current meter. I was just using the little amp meter that comes on top of the unit, and I don't know how well that's calibrated. And I wasn't using a constant load. I was using a very old 20+ year old fridge. 12 12 volt fridge that, yeah, definitely not a constant current. It was anywhere from 7 to 9 amps, up and down all over the place. So I'm pretty happy with that test. I hope Vantech is. It's a 100% real world test with the gear they sell on a car fridge, which, let's face it, most of the batteries sold for caravans or camper trailers are going to be running 1 or 2 fridges. So people want to know what those batteries will do with a variable load on them. And that's what this battery will do with a variable load on it, is around 148 amp hours, which is pretty close, because when they test the amp hours on these things, they're tested with constant current devices in temperature controlled rooms. And while this house is temperature controlled, it's at 27 degrees, and I have no idea what temperature they use when they're testing the cells, the individual cells. I've got no idea at all. None. Okay, so if you've got a battery and you want to see what it'll do, I mean, the Percat exponent tests them at a constant current of 5 amps. 100 amp hour battery should run for 20 hours at 5 amps. So if you've got a cheap battery, then, you know, test it with proper loads, the way people are going to use that battery. Alright, that's it. This little C-Tech charger's working its butt out trying to put some power back into this thing. Alright, keep safe everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's 20 minutes to 10. So I'll try and put it together and upload it for you tomorrow. Bye for now.